Oh, so there's a talented the actress, the 41-year-old mother of two, single mother by choice, Nia Long. Yeah, but she guess she's on her promo tour, her single mother promo tour. Now she's actually promoting the movie, a Tyler Perry production. A Tyler Perry production. I said it. Yeah. Um, I think Single Moms Club or whatever. But she's been on TV promoting this new film, and she's been going on. I don't know if it's Oprah show or Tyler show, whose show it is, but she's been promoting and having conversations about single motherhood and what have you. But she said something, and it sparked me to do this video on these women and their surrogate husbands, aka their sons. And these sons get a lot of criticism and ridicule and drama, but we never point out what why these sons act this way and why they're in this condition. But we're gonna speak on that situation real quick here. Oh, before we get into the video, we talk about a few years ago, not even that long ago, because of this Essence magazine cover, Nia Long, where she basically came out and saying that she's a single mother by choice, and marriage is not on the table for her right now. She's not with. I think now currently she's not with either of her children's father. But it's just amazing how women can openly admit that you know they have children when they want to have them, and marriage and relationships is not the focal point of what they want to do. Yet men still get the blame in the scenarios, even when women openly admit, I'm not ready for marriage or anything. But she took a lot of controversy when she did this cover on Essence, where she basically stated that I'm doing what I want to do. I'm not looking forward to marriage right now. But let's get into who I'm gonna try to read one of these quotes from her that she said. She actually prayed for her second child. We've done videos about women having babies over 40, and a lot of women feel some type of way, even though logic, reason, nature is telling you that you should slow down and you shouldn't be waiting to have your first kid at least by 40. But she had already had one 10 years previous to that in her 30s. But this is a quote. This is her giving advice to other women, and I guess that predicament. But it says Nia Long was already 10 months pregnant, is also doing this fall, gave advice to unmarried women who are in their 40s who are being discouraged from getting pregnant. And as you saw in my previous video, the feminist who uh, admits that she regrets having her baby at 40 because the money they had to spend, and how she's too old to be she pointed out how like she might not be there for his wedding, his graduation, things of that nature. But she gave a bunch of logical, rational reasons why it's not a good idea to be waiting to 40 to have your first kid anyways. But this is Nia's response, and this is what Nia's saying to these women, I guess, to encourage them anyways. But she says, after medical profession tries to tell women, you mean actual doctors with actual medical degrees are advising you that it would be wise to not be having babies at 40. But never mind that. Let's continue. Have your babies before 40 because you shouldn't have children after 40, she says. Society tells us get married before 30 because no man wants a woman after 30. Um, no man, I'm not going to say that, but the man who probably does want you is probably going to be much older than you. But that's a different topic. But also, this is what she said, though. She said, you are not half the woman you're going to be until you turn 30. You're not even half the woman yet. So, Long explains. So, I think we just have to take our time as women and do what comes natural to us and for us. We would make fewer mistakes. And this is after Miss Long stated that she had a discussion with her current baby daddy at the time about wanting to have more kids, and the doctor told her it would be difficult for her to do that, and she didn't want to believe that, and they tried, and she ended up pregnant. So she basically said she prayed to God to give her this baby out of wedlock. Yeah, she literally says that she prayed to God to give her a bastard child. She didn't say that word, but these are her words. She said, I honestly asked God for this. So you ask the Creator. I don't know who your God is, and I didn't know He condones having children out of wedlock, but she asked Him this. I remember I was driving home from the doctor, and I called Him, and He was like, "Bae, I'm really kind of sad right now." I guess she's talking about her baby daddy at the time. The doctor actually said if I wanted to have more children, it would be hard. You're 40. You think? The next time came to a visit, he said, I don't believe this. I don't believe that. I said, you don't? I guess he's talking to her baby daddy. He said no, and I said no. Good. Me neither. She recalls, then I got pregnant. Huh? So she claims that doctor told her that in her age it was going to be difficult, and she mentally blocked that advice and got pregnant anyways at 40 something years old. But let's get into so this is Nia Long and her family, or at least this is the definition of family in the black community: a woman and her children with no man involved, and it's by choice. At least that's what she said. But I'm about to point out, this is the segment where Nia Long's on the show with Iveen, the life coach chick, whatever her name is, and Oprah, and she's talking about how her son is has the boundary issues and he's doing too much. And well, just listen to what she has to say.
It is important that our children see us having fun.
Yeah.
And you have to have time and space in your life where your children know they cannot come, they are not involved, and you will not be discussing what you was doing.
That's right.
They have to know that.
And I just learned that having a teenage boy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because he's 13 now, and I noticed that he really thinks he's my husband. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You need to knock on my door.
That's
you
right.
need to ask permission.
That's right.
And I'm drawing this very thick line in the sand that you are not to cross. He's like, you are so mean. I said, you're going to thank me later.
That's
because
right.
the one thing that my boys will always do is respect women. And at the end of the day, if I'm doing nothing to make me happy, he's not going to understand what a well-defined woman
That's
looks
right.
like. So
That's
he's not going to find the partner
That's right.
that represents that.
And you'll teach your children, particularly boys, that your life as women is about serving them.
Yes.
Bad message.
Bad message.
Key.
Bad message.
Key. Did we just hit a nerve, bing, bing?
No. And my son is 42.
And then they grow up
and
looking
he's
for
still
women to do the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
Women looking-
Remember,
Do the same.
mothers, you are raising somebody's husband.
Husbands.
You are raising somebody's husband.
Alrighty, so you heard the nonsense. So the sisterhood of failure right there. So Nia Long says that her 13-year-old son is doing things that was inappropriate, and he was going beyond the boundaries as a mother. But she's like surprised that he's doing it at 13. But this didn't happen overnight. And here's an example of a situation that I witnessed in real life. One of these surrogate husbands, a family friend, we were at a gathering, and there was a bunch of women in the room, older, you can say the sisterhood of failure was in there. And I guess he was doing something to his mom's phone, and I guess a name was on the phone of a guy or whatever, and he goes, who is this, like questioning her, but he did it loud in front of all these women, and he was laughing and joking at it, but all these women jumped down his throat and started to go ham, like, that's not your woman, that's your mama. Like, they were going in on him, right? And I'm sitting back like, really? Like, y'all gonna just point out him having that weird, overprotective, Oedipus-like mentality, but y'all not gonna correct her, right? And it was funny because their relationship is like that. He was her surrogate husband, but she put, as I can say, she opened the door for that, right? Like, for example, he was like her personal chauffeur. Anywhere she needed to go, he had to drive her and take her, no matter where it was at. She didn't like driving, so he was, her chauffeur. If he was even hanging out with me, and of course, he had been in trouble and all that, and he needed to be around better, I guess you could say, examples of men. And even when he would hang out with me, though, she would call him, like, constantly, like, every hour, like, come home, or this and that, or go do this or go do that. And I'm like, she treated him like that. And it's funny how, like, Nia Long does the same thing. Is she's surprised that he's 13 and he's doing these things, but you planted that seed the entire time he was growing up. You don't wait till he's a teenager and then try to set these boundaries, you should have been implanting that in him since he was a child. You should have been teaching him about knocking on your door when he was 5, not 13. And it's funny how these women have their surrogate husbands, and when they finally mature and grow up, like this particular woman that I'm speaking about in real life, at 50, and they really want to get a real husband, they realize that surrogate husband is getting in the way, so they want to shoot him off and get him out the way, so they can have a real relationship or a real husband now. And I just don't understand how you planted the seed as a parent. You're the mother. You let that thing went on, whether it's letting him sleep in your bed, when he's like 8 or whatever, like stuff like that you do. And I said before in one of my other videos how I know the intention is not there, but it is creepy as hell. I see on Valentine's Day or Entitlement Issues Day, where all these women were talking about, single women who were lonely and bitter, and they literally were, but they would say things like, I'm taking my son out on a date for Valentine's Day, and if the father's not in the home, I think that's not a good idea. And like I said before in one of my videos, a female who I actually went to high school admitted that her son said something sideways to her that wasn't cool. And she replied like, I need to get a boyfriend because of the things that her son was saying, because of the seeds that you were planting as a mother and the things that you were doing were out of order and out of line, and you didn't set boundaries. He's confused. But it's not his fault. You're the parent. You're the one doing it to him. And that's my point in this video, is these women have their surrogate husbands when it benefits them and when they want that attention that they should be getting from a man, not from their kid, which is kind of nasty. It's not kind of, it really is. But they never look at what they're doing as a mother and as a woman. And then these women go on to say that, you're raising someone else's husbands and they're going to have issues with women. They are going to have these issues and stuff, but because of you did it to them. You made them that way. And there goes that single mother of sons anthem right there, that I'm going to teach my sons, if anything, I'm going to teach them to respect women, because they have to respect women. All women, even low trash women, even women who don't have enough respect for themselves to at least make sure before they bring children into the world, before they give a man access to their body, that they first demand he take responsibility of it. See, you teach your sons, and I've heard this several times, even on YouTube, of women who admit it. They want their sons to respect all women, and they won't even tell them and teach them that all women don't warrant respect. All women aren't of value or of virtue. Yet you're going to make sure he respects women. Why? Because you need him to respect those women, because if he doesn't respect those women, he can't respect you either, his mother. And at the end of the video, you saw the honorary white woman herself, Oprah, speaks, and I'm just curious. If I actually think that you liked men, I would ask you, what's wrong with a man wanting his woman to serve him? But you don't like men, so I'm not even gonna ask. Never mind. Oh yeah, there's definitely over exaggeration of this topic situation. You have these hood booger chicks who do things like you see in the picture, being sensual and sexual in front of their sons, having them take pictures and stuff or not. But it's a different video, different topic for discussion. But they're more overt with it. Their surrogate husband situation. These chicks say things like, mommy's your only girlfriend, and this and that. Stay away from other little heifers. Like, that stuff is real. But again, these boys grow up and they have issues, and they have boundary issues, and they, don't know how to treat their real wife or their girl because you raised them that way. You planted those seeds in them. So it's like, don't be surprised at 15 when he's coming in your room doing things that he shouldn't be doing because you didn't correct it. But that's my rant.